When I was in college, I wasn't the strongest of kids my age. I weighed around 160 pounds, so I was really quite skinny. The only exercise I ever done was cardio. I was a decent runner, but it wasn't something I particularly enjoyed at the time. I was also a shy guy and really quite socially awkward. And as a result, I spent most of my time in my bedroom playing Call of Duty and Skyrim. My only social outing was football, but when I tore my ACL in a tackle with another player, that was all taken away. I was pretty down and depressed for almost a year, and I was in desperate need of a new hobby, and I found it almost 1 year later when I started going to the gym. In the beginning, I actually did quite well, adding some lean muscle to my frame, and I became quite obsessed. I started buying a shitload of supplements like protein, pre-workout, BCAAs, as well as gym tops and lifting accessories. I had all the gear and no idea. You might think I was wasting my money a bit, but I believe if you're starting a new hobby or habit, and you can spend a bit of money to reinforce that behaviour, it's only a good thing. You're probably only going to spend that money on some other bullshit anyway. I also started to watch a lot of content on YouTube from bodybuilders and fellow gym goers, and this is where I started to go off course. I followed poor diet advice like, if it fits your macros and you got to eat big to get big. And to be fair, I did get big, but I also felt and looked like crap. My training also kind of stagnated, whereas in the beginning I was training with intensity and with the intention of building lean muscle. I later started switching my priorities to focus more on strength and numbers, sacrificing form in the process as well. This was mostly because the boys I was training with were naturally a lot stronger than I was, and this caused me to develop a lot of toxic limiting beliefs in my head.
I started to believe I was limited by my genetics, but in reality I just wasn't eating or training properly. As a result, I developed fears and insecurities in the gym.
Over the years, this resulted in me slowly putting on the pounds, and in late 2021, this is what I look like. I'd just broken up with my girlfriend and I was back living with my mom. It was now the perfect opportunity to get into the best shape of my life. So I started visualizing myself very clearly in my mind, lean and shredded. And to double down on my motivation, I started watching old school videos of Z's and David Goggins. I was now training with more intensity than I ever have before. And I also started educating myself properly on everything related to nutrition. I watched proper informative videos that taught me about the effects of things on the body like excess sugar and caffeine, as well as how to effectively track your macros and calories based on your goals. I was also constantly pushing myself and challenging myself as well by trying new things in the gym. And I added in a full body stretch routine 3 times a week. I hadn't stretched properly since I was in college playing football, so you can imagine after all the years of lifting how tight I was. I would constantly get aches and pains in like my lower back or my shoulders, and I'd actually lost a few inches off my height as well. One of the best things I learned during this period was how to effectively train your abs. Previously, I was used to those 5-minute home ab blast routines, but I binned them off and started training my abs properly like every other muscle group, by progressively overloading with sets and reps. The main exercises I did was leg raises, cable crunches, and weighted decline sit-ups. The latter is now an absolute staple for me. If you try this, make sure you do it with proper form. Don't half rep, and squeeze your abs as you bring the weight up above your head. If you do this properly, you'll feel a burn in your abs like never before. Just 4 months later, I ended up achieving my vision. Also, coincidentally, I ended up getting back with my girlfriend as well. I was so buzzing with the way I looked, and every time I was in front of a mirror, I would lift up my top and check out my abs or have a cheeky flex. The other big factor that really helped me get my abs popping was cutting down on carbs, and specifically excess sugar. I literally had 0 sweets, chocolate and fizzy drinks. The only sugar I'd really get would be from fruits like banana or an apple. Overall, my diet was a low carb one. I had 1 big carbohydrate meal a day, and I got the rest of my calories from high fat foods like 75% dark chocolate and nuts. I did go too far of it though, and while I looked and felt great, I lost a lot of strength in the gym. Since then, I've been on multiple bulking and cutting phases, and through trial and error, I've learned how to maintain my strength and weight while still looking good. Even now as a runner, I'm training for the Madrid Marathon, and I've been doing a lot of long distance running. I've still managed to maintain my weight and lean muscle. You just have to set your calories and macros based on your current fitness goals, and the more accurate you are, the better your results will be. But that was everything. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.